Okay, hello everyone.
Perfect.
My name is Aikaba, and today we are doing season 2, episode 5 of DrPuppers. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hey, yeah, sure. Hey, I'm DrPuppers. I am a variety streamer for the most part. I do a plethora of games. I kind of go on a whim, but I've been a member of VRChat since like 2017, so I'm kind of like an old fart. That's about it.
Oh, yeah. No, that's understandable.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get on with the first question. What do you like doing when you have free time?
When I have free time, see, it depends, like a lot of things. I've recently gotten back into doing art, so like sketching and stuff like that. It's always fun. But most of it's just trying to hang out with friends if I'm not working, hanging out and chilling with friends,
Oh, no,
just
that's
keeping it PC,
understandable.
playing games when I can. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to make sure my headset's not breaking on me because like the right ear of the index headphone's been like kind of wobbly lately. So I'm like, oh boy.
That's yeah. That sounds like not a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, I did. It was like a refurbished one from like Texas, where I bought it from to ship where I live. So it
There you
works.
go. That's not bad.
Just
Yeah, it
probably
works. As long as it works, you know.
yeah, just probably need to replace the wire because I'm taking care of it the best I
Yeah,
can. Um,
of course.
n- question two: When did you? Well, I think you already answered question two, but question two: When did you join VR chat?
Yeah. So when I joined VRChat was like 2017, I think. Back in I want to say September of 2017. It's crazy because I was like that was like the year I graduated, so it was like I turned around and like it was cool. It was just different. It was like I don't know. I was young, spry, and it was cool. VR chat was like the raddest thing around.
Oh no, that's understandable. It's like
Yeah.
also, when I think about it, because I think I said this on Acrium and Heroes episode, I literally said well, or someone's episode, I can't remember. I've been so tired and sleepy lately, but I basically said when I joined around in 2018 of March, I think, because I was
Mm.
introduced to the game in 2017 when I was in high school, and because one of my senior friends showed me, I'm like, what the hell is this? And they said it's VR
Yeah.
chat, you might
Like
like it, and then 2 years later, they weren't wrong. Besides the
here
other
we
shit.
are. Now
Yeah.
we're here.
21 years old already in this game. Been in here
Yeah, there you
first
go.
2018. Uh, any. Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to keep it like a little entertaining because it's
Oh, of
nice.
course, yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
I
oh,
remember VR chat back when I was 21. That was like I did a lot of partying.
yeah.
That was like the whole era of like hanging out and like meeting a bunch of people. It was cool. I remember. It was fun.
Oh, no, that's
Crash.
understandable. Actually, before we get to question three, you just,
Hmm.
when you said the drinking part, do you think people in VR
Hmm.
chat should only okay, how would I say this? It's tricky. Like when people drink, do you think they should only do it when they want to and not do it like as a thing for getting rid of their depression? I don't know.
Yeah, I know this is a great question because I believe that like for drinking, of course, like celebration and whatnot, like great time. Like people who drink in moderation and can control the substance, spectacular. I know a few people who are great, but it's people who abuse it and use it as like a form of like escape, I guess is the best way from the norm. It's damaging. um I know for me personally, I don't drink. I last time that I drank in this game was 2018, I think. So it was a long time ago. I don't drink in this game, so it's quite crazy. But no, I think that people shouldn't use it as a crutch, but they should, you know, use it
Yeah.
as a form of celebration and enjoyment, and in moderation, of course. Because I hate getting on because I get home late sometimes from work, and I'm like, oh, time to go see my friends, and there's just like it feels like corpses in like a lobby, and I'm like, oh, I see. So it's kind of disappointing, but you know,
Yeah.
people live their lives however they want.
Yeah, I just wish people would stop doing that because, like, when I want
Oh, same.
to,
Oh, I agree.
because like I'm gonna use Akrim as that example. When he's drunk, he is able to still talk, but not like sound like he's
Oh, yeah.
like oh, because
Yeah, he's
motherfucker.
not. I see.
Sorry.
I've known Ekram for a super duper long time, and he is like when he drinks. Like most of the time when people drink, I'm like I kind of separate myself from them. Him, it's so like he still is him. And does he have alcohol in him? Yeah, but he's still like the prejudice of who he is, which is great. So
Yeah,
I love him. Such a fucking goofy dude.
yeah. He's such a goober. And actually,
Yeah.
before last thing to say is like because on his interview while I had Hero here, um, there's basically a Twitch clip him yelling at me going, "You put ranch on your mac and cheese," and his mic was just fuck.
Wait, do you?
I do, but it was one time. It was one time.
What is it? Why? I'm a cook. That's my job. That's my profession. That hurts me as an individual.
Shit. I didn't know. I didn't know that. Damn.
It's crazy. No, that's fair. You hurt me.
But the only thing I've been putting on it recently is just Taco Bell like mild sauce where you get from the stores, and it's not bad. It kind of like spices it up a little, so it kind of gives it like good flavor.
I'm gonna blow your mind. Go to the store when you make mac and cheese. Get a thing of like $5 package hot dogs and cut up a few hot dogs in your mac and cheese. Perfect.
I have not tried
Trust
that
me.
still.
It is. Yeah, it is mind blowing. It's like life and death.
Yeah, it's kind of nice getting along and talking while doing this. It's actually kind of fun. Kind of lets me
Oh
get to
yeah,
know
it's good.
someone. Okay, that should be it for the random like kind of spiel on that. Question 3: what stuff did you do in VR chat with your friends while hanging out?
Stuff that I do in VR chat when I'm hanging out with my friends. See, normally what happens is my collection of friends is we migrate to a world that's very large, we explore it, and then we end up just having a conversation for like 3 hours. Like I think the other night we were exploring like some Legend of Zelda map. I've never played the game, so they were trying to explain it to me, so I understood. And then like at the end we just sat and talked for like a super duper long time. Like it was awesome.
Oh wait, I know which
And,
Zelda map you're talking about. It's that new one that came out, I think, recently in VR
yeah,
chat. It's not bad.
yeah,
It's just kind of
yeah,
confusing how to work it because I'm not used to it.
yeah. The controls are kind of wonky. I didn't understand anything, but it was cool. For a guy who never played the game and just knows VR chat, I think that was really cool how that works now.
Yeah, it does. Hmm.
Hmm.
My stomach is still bleh from what I had for dinner. I had like two hamburgers. Like I had one hamburger right here, cheese right there, hamburger right there, and then cheese, and then you're gonna yell at me. Instead of ketchup on the last part, it was ranch, and it for some reason it tastes good.
Hey, there. I'm a connoisseur of ranch myself, but I believe that they should be on pizza. I'm a big think that pizzas are boats for ranch to get into my mouth. So
Yeah,
I could understand. You know, on a pizza, I mean not on a pizza, on a burger, I could see that it's all right. Just the mac and cheese. That was the worrying part.
I feel like this is gonna be a continuous joke from some episodes through it or as reference. It's like if I had a
Oh,
nickel every time when someone said I put mac and cheese on my ranch, I would have two nickels. Did I just make a Phineas and Ferb reference?
there you go.
Imagine if this was animated. That'd be the funniest crap.
Oh,
Oh man.
yeah, that's good.
Uh, oh, look at that, got me to giggle. Question 4 is a old VR chat world you like going to?
Ooh, an old VR chat world I like to go to. I'm gonna say this is crazy, but once in a while, just to get like that feeling of nostalgia, I'll go back to the werewolf world, that the original werewolf world. I will go there and I'll turn on music, but I'll just kind of like hang out for a second to like process everything that happened. Like, man, that was the most like, cause at that point in my life was the most like influential for where I was going, like as like a person. Cause I was sitting in my room, just like talking to people and getting random people together to do stuff, and I thought that was the coolest thing because I never thought that was possible. But and then I'll go back and I'll
Mhm.
think about it and I'll be like, wow, that is fun.
Yeah.
But
Sorry,
uh,
I didn't mean to cut you off.
no worries, no
But
worries.
actually, before we go off from 4 to 5, I'm actually
Hmm.
curious. What kind of events and stuff do you do there, like with certain groups or people? If you don't mind answering that.
Like way back when,
Yeah, way back
or
when,
oh,
if you don't mind.
I was the werewolf guy of VR chat. I was the host event. I was the guy who made things happen. I went from hosting werewolves to helping other people that were doing game events, such as like murder mystery. To I created my own version of Mafia. If you've ever heard of that game, there was no world for it at the time before when I first started. But there's an old world. I don't remember what it's called, but it's like open mic night. I think is what it's called.
Yeah, open
I
mic
used to
night.
go to the backstage at open mic night, and I used to get like 20 people on like in a line to play, and like I do it almost every night, and it was so cool. That was before, and I moved to Werewolf, but I used to help people with all those kind of things, and it was like organization of like game events outside of the Arch as well. I hosted a big Overwatch tournament for a group of community inside VR chat, and it was super cool. That was super fun, stressful because there was like 70 people, but super duper fun.
Yeah. Huh,
Yeah.
interesting. That's like a little interesting history to know. I
Yeah.
actually like that. I'm glad I actually asked that question.
Yeah. I live a mysterious life now.
Yeah, that's why I was making sure if you were comfortable with it because I don't want you to feel uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
Y-
No, 100%. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Oh, number 5. This one should be basic answer. Do you like streaming when you have free time?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Before I set myself a schedule for when I'd stream, it was like all the time. And it was like just random bouts of like whenever. But now when I have free time, it is definitely a go-to thing. I enjoy it a lot. It's a form of like myself displaying how stupid I am to the world. So I don't know, but it's and then you're able to like form this like great little community of people who like enjoy just sitting there and hanging out, and it's such like a cool thing to experience. I love it. It's to be able to like sit back and do that kind of stuff. It is cool.
I don't know, that's understandable because it's just because like when I'm not doing this kind of stuff and I have my own time to myself, I just like making people laugh and having a good time. As long as I
Exactly.
stay,
See?
long as I stay away from one thing, I'm okay. It's just people in this game are
Yeah.
sometimes okay, how would I say this? Because I don't want to rant about it in too many episodes. It's just I wish people would use this game as a chatting thing and not like a content farm. Because like
Oh yeah.
doing
No.
do oh sorry, go ahead.
No worries. I go ahead if you want to continue. My brain just realized how I could relate, and I was gonna say something, but go ahead.
I was just gonna say like right now what I'm doing is just basically showing how this game should work instead of being a content farm because it just works out.
Mm-hmm.
But like, go ahead, what you were about to say.
Uh, I think like I relate to that, but I also think like this game was it's become a content farm, but it's also become like it's a home for some people. Like theoretically, you know, this is a place where people get home from work or get home from school and they get on to go disconnect from what's going on in this stressful world, just to go have fun. But then those people who come in to like create content without knowing, for instance, like if I'm hanging out and some guy shows up with a stream and just invades the whole space, which I mean, if it's welcome, go ahead. But there's a lot of times where it's like, whoa, just kind of like read the room. There's a lot of times where I've had friends who have joined me and they're streaming and I had no idea, and then I'm made of a fool, and I feel embarrassed sometimes with it.
No, that's
Yeah.
understandable.
But,
Because like, there's been some moments
yeah.
like that with me before I well became like Aikaba. Because with a different name I
Mm.
used to have. But basically, there was a clip of me in desktop, and in this world, it was like one of those club worlds, and I went into the bathroom, and when I was clapping, it was echoing, and I was just like, "What the heck?" Because like I kept doing it, and then my friend came around right before he was supposed to say thank you for the follow, and he was like, "What the fuck?" Like he stopped and looked
Mm.
around, and he was in the All My Avatar, and he basically unmute and goes, "What the fuck, young one?" And I'm like, I was clapping my hands, and he said, "I don't want to know." And then
Yeah.
I won't say I got harassed, but it's just people just went, "Oh, hey, look, it's the person that was, doing that." But I'm like, I was legitimately clapping my hands, so I couldn't
Yeah.
get on for a while.
Just bad timing. Yeah. No, that's
Uh,
fair.
and it makes it worse, even though it's not in a 100 like it like okay, it's like one of those compilations, like YouTube compilations, like 100 clip compilations, and mine was like the very first one. I'm like, oh my god.
Ooh.
I was like,
Yeah,
god
people will
damn.
definitely watch that when they click on it. Yeah.
I was like, well, shit, gotta hide now.
Yeah. Yeah. Do a little bit of hiding for a little while, so. No,
Yeah.
I know that feeling. I remember back 2017, I wasn't able to go into like many public worlds without like people asking me and being like, "Oh, you know this guy, right? Oh, can I meet him?" That was like my life for 2 years.
Oh Jesus.
So yeah, I know I know the embarrassment of like, oh, great, cool.
Yeah, a lot of us can relate what we've been through.
uh,
Oh man. Okay, number 6. Is there other hobbies you like doing when not playing in VR chat?
ooh, when I'm not in VR chat, I got a few. I do a lot of kayaking. As crazy as that sounds, I'm a big kayak guy. I do rock climbing, kayaking, rock climbing. I also do art when I can. Just kind of do it whenever I feel like it. And playing a lot of video games because it's fun. I like video games. I recently got into League of Legends. Unfortunately, that's a thing.
Yeah, I saw
uh,
that.
yeah, it's fun sometimes when you're not losing all the time.
uh, mm,
it's a good de-stress with a couple of goofy friends as long as nobody takes it seriously. It's good. Yeah.
yeah, it's not bad. I'm still
Yeah.
like thinking about what the fuck. Oh, well, I didn't notice I got rated. Okay, sorry about that.
No worries.
Yeah, but besides that, it's just let's. Oh, why did I do that? I swear I do the stupid VR chat streamer thing. Looking at my hand, and I'm like, it's not there. I gotta
Oh,
click.
no worries. It's all good.
Yeah. Um. Okay. Question 7. Do you like playing retro games?
Okay. I am very weird when I come to like retro game styles. Have you heard of the Game Grumps, for instance? Like Dan and Aaron.
Oh, yeah.
Back when I was yeah, but back when I was a kid, one of my best friends, he was super into video games, and I used to go over to his house like all the time, like elementary, middle school, and I used to just sit on the couch and watch him play these games. It's like watch him play like whatever retro game was at it. But like I never played them. I just had so much enjoyment watching him play and us just chatting about what's happening. So I never played them, but I did watch a lot. So that was kind of like my life.
Hmm. Yeah.
No, but I would say kind of sort of. Like I think like for me a retro game would be like a PlayStation 2 game. It's crazy. That's not crazy retro, but it is kind of old now. That's like about where I'd go for retro, but
Yeah.
nowadays not a whole lot. I I think I fell into the hole of playing all the new popular games, and I should probably take a look at all the old ones again, see how it feels.
Yeah. Oh wait, there is like one new game coming out that's retro. It's like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and it's actually retro. And you actually get play as
Oh
a
yeah,
mech in one part of the game. I saw it from the trailer. It's really fucking cool. And actually,
that does sound really interesting.
mention game trailers. Do you see the Doom Dark Ages trailer and then the Gears of War E Day trailer? because that stuff made me go, oh.
See, I also never played Gears. I have not played a lot of old games. I've never touched the Gears series. I had a friend who like went on crazy on him and told me all the lore, so I kind of understand what's happening, but I've never touched the game myself. But I know the
Hmm.
game is beautiful and lots of people love it. I know so many people who like go crazy about that game, but I just never give it a shot.
Maybe when you have time, you can try it out. It's not bad. I would just say play 1, 2, and 3. 4 and 5 is, well, in Judgment, but 4 and 5 is optional if you want to. It's optional.
Yeah, I heard that 4 was like the you can skip it if you want.
Yeah, and then 5 is just like, e. Uh,
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's super fair.
Yeah, but like, just the other one though for Doom, I can't wait for that one because like when I saw the trailer,
Oh, dude.
I love how we're gonna be able to pilot a fucking mech. I'm like, yes.
Mhm. Yeah, I see. I never touched Doom 2016. I played it in like 2022, 23 because like a bunch of my friends were like, "Hey, your chaotic, like unga bunga brain will love this. I need you to play this." I was like, "Okay, well enough people tell me to play it. I guess I should play it." I played that game nonstop for so long and I was like smiling and grinning and laughing like a little kid again, like playing his first little game. I was having so much fun. And then when Eternal came out, it was like the same thing. I was like, oh, so I'm super stoked to see where this new Doom goes.
Yeah, because like when I was rewatching the trailer, I'm like, I love how the chainsaw got replaced with a shield that's a chainsaw. I'm like, what? Because like there's,
Dude,
oh, go ahead.
oh, go ahead. No, go ahead. You go ahead. I didn't mean
Uh,
to interrupt.
I was gonna say there was a PlayStation 2 game where like you have a shield and you defeat Greek mythological enemies. I can't remember the name of the game, but like you have this shield and you just
Shadow of Colossus.
wait, you actually know it?
Yeah, I think it's Shadow of Colossus. I never played it, but I watched my friend play it. This was like the sitting on the couch era.
Yeah, because I actually have a PlayStation 2 and I actually have the game still. I'm like, I want to play
Oh,
it
there you
again
go.
so much.
Do it. Do it up. What's stopping you? That
Because
sounds
like
awesome.
me and my older brother were playing it when we were growing up, and we almost beat the final boss. We were just getting our shit handed to ourselves. We were just like, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yeah, right. It's I was trying to remember because I remember back when it was like the experience of handing the controller over to your older brother when there's a hard part and watching him just like absolutely kick ass. It's like yes, yes.
Oh man, kind of
Like
reminds me when I played Jack and Daxter 3. And I just went to my older brother, hey, can you do this part? And he's like, sure. Then we just
yeah.
beat it. I'm like, yeah.
My greatest memory of playing games with my brother was back on the PS2 when I played Sly Cooper, like Sly Cooper 2. Oh,
Oh,
dude, that will be one of my top games for the rest of my life. Sly Cooper 2. I was a kid where like my parents were like, "You can't play Assassin's Creed." Nope. I was like, "Okay, fine." And then I went and like played Sly Cooper, and I was like, "It's like Assassin's Creed for kids. This is great."
yeah. And I was seeing it right now. Sly Cooper, the Thievius Raccoonus. That one was the shit for me. I'm like, oh yes,
hmm
yes, dude, yes, I love it. Because like
Yeah, man.
Clockwork was like the most interesting boss. Because like you literally had to do it just right, or you got to redo the whole effing fight over.
Exactly.
I'm like, you
And like
son of a bitch.
it alerts so much. It was so cool. God,
Oh my
great
gosh,
game.
if I found a thing to connect my game capture thing to the PlayStation 2, I would stream Jack and Daxter and fucking that game at the same time. I would
I'm
just
almost positive there is 100% a like port from one thing to the other. If you look on like online on some shop, I was guaranteed because I think my friend did it because he had like a super like new like a new TV that didn't have the ports for it. So like he ordered a part that like changed it to like HDMI or whatever it was. I don't remember, but he did that. So there might be a port that might be able to like change it into that, whatever you need.
yeah.
Who knows?
There's just so much games I have that I've played, and even I replaced Ratchet and Clank, Up Your Arsenal, and the other one.
Dude. Oh, I remember playing the first Ratchet and Clank for the first time. That was like eye-opening. I was like, this game is so cool. There's so much happening. What is happening? This is great.
Yeah. I love how we're just talking about PlayStation 2 games all of a sudden, and we're not even done with the
I mean,
questions.
I just ramble. I'm a yapper, dude.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good time.
Oh, stellar. We like that.
Yeah. Okay. Number 8. Is there a friend group you wish you could go back and hang out with again?
Let me think. Yes. However, they're very scattered. I had a group a long time ago, and it's gonna sound stupid. Our group name for the Discord was Walmart.discord.ya. So we called ourselves .ya for like the longest time. This was like back when I was hanging out like Nags, just after Nags. This was the group. I still talk to a lot of them, and I still play games with a few of them. But like the core like group was like just a group of guys just gaming and having fun and like not caring about a lot. And like our synergy for what we did and our conversations and how we interacted and how we did things, it was like electricity, and it was so fun. But like it broke up, unfortunately, through shitty circumstances, as VR chat groups do. And I still hang out to a few of them. It's still great people. They're all cool cats.
Yeah, they're cool dogs. I had to say
Yeah,
cool dogs.
indeed.
Okay, now I want to have dad dogs. God damn it. Uh, I'm still on the food subject. I'm hungry, but I'm like, don't. Save it for later after stream. uh, being VTuber sounds fun.
Glorious.
Oh, hell yeah, it is. Question 9. How did you and Ikriam first meet?
All right. This one is really difficult because I was thinking about it, and to be completely honest, I have to. This is how I thought about it. Is so as crazy as it sounds, Ikriam, he used to host events in VR chat too. He did like the murder mystery stuff I was talking about. I went to one of those a super duper long time ago and was like, this singular man is getting a group of people to hang out and have fun, and he's organizing it. That sounds unbelievably fun. I want to do that. So I met him like indirectly. Like he didn't know who I was because I was just a line of people. So I was kind of like a face in a crowd to him. But then I left to go do it, what he was doing, to see if I could try to do something similar. Like not exactly the same. So that's when I started doing Mafia. Um, which is like the same precipice as like Werewolf if you've ever played it, but it's just different names.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so I went and did that, and then he came to one of the events and introduced himself to me. He's like, "Hey, I've had a line of people tell me that you're doing this now, and I needed to meet you." And then we were on and off because he started doing a lot of like content creation in VR chat. So I sticked with Nags. That's when I was really hanging out with him. So I stuck with that, and he kept doing his thing. And then I would have to say probably a year to a year and a half ago now. We kind of reconnected just out of a whim. Like I was like, oh, just join on them because I joined on a lot of people randomly. Just like, oh, I haven't talked to this person in ages. I'm gonna go hang out with them. And then I joined back on him, and like immediately reconnected. Like we were like best friends. Like nothing ever. Like we haven't like we talked to each other the other day, and like ever since then, it's like a brotherhood that we have of like tomfoolery. It's so good, but no, it's I think that's what it was. Is I remember seeing him in that, and then he came to see me at my event, and that's how we met as like event host dudes in VR chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will also say Ikrim is like a really nice fellow when hanging out with him.
Oh, he's stellar. He is so kind-hearted, but such. I have a joke with him where he's super like he's not of regular height. He's short. So, that is a joke we have going with each other all the time. Is like I'll go to talk to him and I'll be like, "Hey, what's up, guy? Hey, buddy. Hey."
It's worse when I brought up the meeting. Sorry.
Right?
The mating call.
He's like he's got this little like he's got his mating call. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's so funny. This man is like, I don't know. He's got. I don't know. We have this like energy where like I my comedy comes from like pushing weirdness to see how far I can get it before I make the other person uncomfortable, not purposefully, like just to do something goofy. Like you've probably seen it like a few times. I don't know. I on stream people will see it all the time where I'm just like my level of comedy is like it's basically mad libbing the situation and making it even more bizarre. But
Hmm.
that's like my life. I do that with him to a point where like he's like so like confused and it's so funny. uh,
Oh man, I think that's all for
no, he's a good
question.
guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he is. I think that's all for question 9. Number 10. What kind of games do you like playing with Acrium?
To be completely honest, a lot of PvE. I'm not a big PvP shooter guy. I'm not very good at video games, unfortunately. Uh, so we mostly him. It's just him and I. A lot of League of Legends. We get along with that a lot. We have a code name for ourselves that he still refuses to call us, but we're the bot lane bottoms. But and then that mixed with whatever games really. He got into Helldivers for a bit with me, so him and I played that a fair bit. We've been dabbling in Dead by Daylight, which is a game that I used to play a lot of. Um, I don't think what else. It's really dependent on like the mood and like the vibe of like the day.
Yeah. And
Sometimes it's just getting on VR chat and just shooting the shit, the usual.
yeah, and actually, when playing Helldivers with Acrium, it's fun because like when I got on Helldivers and doing stuff by myself, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna join him. And when I did, I'm like, oh
Yeah,
god, he's on Helldive, and I'm in for this.
he's he's in it. He's got a whole situation going. Every time that I join him, like I ask him like, okay, are you trying to win seriously? Are you taking the game seriously today? And he's like, oh no. I'm like, perfect. Do we have new players? Yes. Perfect. And it's just me like gaslighting people, being like, all right, see that weird container over there? You want to melee that, and it's like a hell bomb. Like, you want to melee that, it disarms it. It'd be perfectly fine. They're like, all right, I hit it. Boom.
There's been like so many stupid moments in that game because when I play, because when I want to do bugs to warm up to bots first, the stupid Bile Titans bodies when it glitches me, I went flying out the fucking map so far. I was
Yeah.
under it. I was like, you got to be kidding me. And I actually had super samples at this point. I'm like,
Oh
mhm.
no, that's a big old. Oh, that sucks.
I
I
was about
feel
to
that.
cry. I was about to fucking cry. I'm like, no. He's like,
I
fuck,
feel that
fuck,
100%.
fucking Joel just went, nah, bitch, you get the fuck out of here. I'm like, you son of a bitch.
We do it for Joel.
Goddamn Joel. Uh,
That's good.
question 11. What was your greatest memory with Ecrium?
Um, this is hard. There's so many. Um, I think I think we'd have to go back to a while ago when I was hosting Werewolves and he came to join me and help me with it. At the time he was streaming and he was it was like a really I don't want to pry too deep into his life, but like he was going through some stuff. And like I was helping people like raise and like jump up on him to like support him. That's one of my memories for him. It's like a core memory where I'm like, I remember this guy being so wholesome and he's still the same person. Like no matter what he's been through and how many people he's met and how many people he's had the opportunity to continue being with, like he's still the same core person. And that's like the memory that's locked in my brain of how like this man, no matter how much of a goblin and how much we tease each other, at the end of the day, like he is the kindest person that I've met in a long time because of that moment. It's just like being able to help support him in any way that I could, which was awesome. But I think modern within the past 2 years, I think would have to be like majority of our like TON like Terras of Nowhere instances where we're like just doing our absolute best to grief, like grief the lobby with whatever we can.
Terrace of
Yeah.
Nowhere's not bad. It's a fun map. It's like I've
Like
been,
it's I think it's fun with a good group of people. Group the lobby all enjoying the time.
yeah. And also, I kind of like using that world for like when I do my little community game nights or whatever. That's above my head right now.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I will also say right now, because I don't want to mention it always, not a lot, but like just growing in and actually having like 2015, well, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018 users in this group and below 2015, it just feels nice because you get a whole community together and you can just show them that you're a leader and you actually care and they can actually have fun and they actually can go
Yeah.
up to you and ask like if they need to get something off their chest. But like, it, I just have like a lot of things set up to a point where people like, if you need to call the hotline, it's right there in the description. Call it. It's like we're not
Oh
your
yeah.
therapist,
No, that's
but we
good.
will tell you where to go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%. That's good. A
yeah,
lot of people need a lot of help and they don't know how to do it. So
yeah. Because
that's
honestly,
good. That's good. That's good.
oh sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say the only reason why I brought it up is because with me, since I have suffered from like depression, or whatever, I've been slowly
Mm.
going through counseling, or whatever, and getting better. It's just my one golden rule. Just if someone's bringing negativity to me, I'm like, please stop, leave the world, or I will have to block you.
Yeah. Exactly. No, it's I've lived this golden rule since I started VR chat is be yourself and people with the same energy that want that will surround you. So if I'm super upbeat and positive and I'm creating this good atmosphere that a lot of people are enjoying, that energy is going to continue and those people will be drawn in. The people who don't like that energy will eventually migrate somewhere else.
Yeah,
So keep up the positivity of being awesome because clearly it's working. A lot of people are loving it, and if you continue doing it, you're gonna see an influx of absolutely amazing people like constantly around you. Like my inner circle of friends are like my bread and butter to like my chaos. You know, like they're like the perfect amount of like happy energy that isn't gonna like pry into my brain. Yeah, because being around a bunch of negativity is just going to make you negative, and it's easier just to be happy. Right.
yeah, it is. I'm just like kind of
Yeah.
slowly trying to get this one out of the way before we get to 12, because 12 you might have a field day with.
Oh, Godspeed.
Yeah, because I think you did look at the questions before we got ready today, so you already know
Yeah.
what's to come. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Last question. Do you think people should treat people with respect instead of harassing them?
um I believe so. Yes, I'm a strong believer of like boundaries for that kind of thing. um Again, like especially in this game, like as much as it's a virtual space and you're kind of free to do whatever you want, the people behind these chunks of metal are still people, right? Like the thing that I try to like, if people are kind of stepping on my toes and pushing past some boundaries, I normally go like, "Hey, would you do this in like a Walmart to a random stranger? Because like I don't know who you are, right? Would
Right.
you be doing this to this person? Like, would you go out and do this normally? No, you're not real. It's like, no, I still got flesh and blood in me. I'm the same as you, but you don't see me saying some funky words and make fun of you, you know? But uh no, that's a big thing. And like, another thing to like relate to like people who I've known, not just random strangers, is like um a level of respect for like your peers. And for instance, like everybody here is still the same person, right?
Right.
Um I like I won't go out of my way to say something mean or harmful. I'll use the golden rule where it's like treat others the way you want to be treated. So like if you come to me and you're unbelievably kind, you're gonna get that tenfold back, right? Because that's how my brain works. But if you come up to me and you're immediately aggressive and offensive, I'm gonna put up that shield and try to put it back to be like, hey, this is how you're treating me, just to let you know. And if he doesn't like it, well, that's kind of what you're doing, pal. I don't know what to tell you. But
Yeah.
I also work at a restaurant where I know you've seen probably like Gordon Ramsay, for instance, where it's like chaos. Um, the motto in a kitchen is if you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen. That works in any situation, right? So like if you are getting like if people are being a little too offensive, just kind of back off or, read the room. Kind of like have a big situation for that one. So I agree that people need to pay respect before they do something mean.
Yeah, I had to look outside my room because like I'm like, oh wait, it's getting close to nighttime. Shit.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm pushing the time. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. I'm not worried. I just looked. I'm like, oh okay. But no, I guess we could do that bonus question real quick, and then we're good. Um, when you hang the like, hopefully you don't mind this, but when you hang that around nags in them, did you have like, how would I word this? Hmm. I'm trying to word it correctly without fucking it up.
No worries.
Well, I guess I can word it like this. Did you like have a good time hanging out with them before certain things happen? I guess that's how I would word it.
Yeah. I think in the moment it was really nice because I was like, I think I was 18, 19 at the time. So I was still going through like, what the hell is life? And that was like my first step into it of like what I could be and what I can be. In the moment, it felt really nice. Like it was like I have a bunch of people surrounding me, and they think that I'm cool. I'm doing something nice. So 100%. I think in the moment, before all shit broke loose, I 100% agree that it was nice. Um, and then I slowly started realizing that like, how do I say this without sounding like an asshole? um, I started realizing that with the events, the hosting, and being people's manager basically is what I was becoming, and I was no longer their friend. I was somebody who worked for them for free, and I was realizing that because I was putting more time into these events and into doing stuff for them and like managing for them than I was figuring out my life. And at the time, I was like working at like a grocery store. So I was like, I get home from like an 8 hour shift and then I do another like 8, 9 hours of VR chat, which is like, and then I get like 5 hours of sleep and I'd go back to work. And it was like rinse and repeat. And I thought at the time it was awesome because I was like, I'm becoming somebody. But then I realized that it felt like there was a point where I didn't feel like I was a friend anymore. I was just like somebody there that worked it felt like I was working at a company and it felt like taxing. Like I no longer was having fun doing events. I wasn't myself. I felt like I was kind of like faking this. Every time there was a camera rolling, I had to like straighten my tie and button down my vest. Like I was no longer free to do and say what I wanted to when I was hosting events. Like every time that I hosted an event, it felt like I was managing the whole thing. Like I wasn't like enjoying it as like a leader, for instance, of like a group of people and having fun. I was the one that was like I don't know. It felt good, but then I realized like, hey, this isn't life. Like I'm not having fun. I need to have fun. Like this is a video game. This isn't a job. So that was like my realization.
Oh no,
But yeah,
that's understandable.
yeah.
um.
I definitely
Oh.
owe them all a lot. Like a lot of them, I owe a lot. Like he helped me through a lot of things. Like Nags, he's a super like genuinely the nicest guy. It's just I wish that I could have figured out my life a little bit sooner. And I'm glad he is where he is now, and I'm glad where I am. So I have no hatred towards him. He's still a great dude, and I'm still doing my stuff.
Hmm. Oh, that's understandable. I think that's
Mm.
mostly it. Anyways, hold on, let me turn around. Thank you guys for coming out, and we will see you next time on What the Fox. And do you want to say anything before we end the stream?
Sure. Drink water. You're dehydrated. Go from your dry lips. Don't lick them. I know you're licking them. Get water. That's it.
Uh, take care, everyone.